Welcome to Legislative Updates. I'm your host, Eric Warwick, a Community Advocacy Coordinator with the Arc of King County. I am a white, genderqueer person. Behind me is a white wall. I am wearing glasses and a purple shirt, and I have long brown hair. I use she, her pronouns. Video Legislative Updates are a new way the advocacy team will be connecting with you about what is happening in the state legislature on disability policy. Next month, the Washington State Legislature will meet for the 2022 legislative session. This session will be shorter than the one we had this year, so advocates and lawmakers are making the most of it. Some bills that did not get passed this year will have another opportunity to get passed next year. And new bills will be introduced next year. In our last update, we talked about two very important disability rights bills. They were the Nothing About Us Without Us bill and the North Star Omnibus bill. Here's what's happening with those bills. The current Nothing About Us Without Us bill would make sure disabled people are included in important parts of making new laws. One part is legislative work sessions, which we discussed in our last video. The current bill makes work sessions include disabled people in the expert panel. It also requires that those disabled people be affected by the issue being discussed in the work session. But since the last legislative session, advocates of the Nothing About Us Without Us bill have been working on making that bill better. Advocates wanted disabled people to be included in more parts of making new laws. Advocates wrote a new bill with the prime sponsor, Representative Paulette. The new bill will be public later this month. The Nothing About Us Without Us Coalition are also advocating for another change to make legislative work groups more equitable. They want for these work groups to be able to pay self-advocates for our time. Driving to Olympia and taking a day off costs money many self-advocates may not have. That means that people who may not have the privilege to take that time off or travel might not get heard by legislators. 3 different bills are being made to do this. One bill is from the State Attorney General's office, another bill is from the Department of Commerce, and another bill is being made by Senator Wilson. These bills will be made public soon. Earlier today, the North Star Coalition met to discuss updates on the bill process. Advocates wanted to make a large bill called an omnibus bill. But now advocates are focusing on making a few smaller bills on key legislative priorities. The omnibus bill will have to wait until the 2023 legislative session. Advocates from all over the IDD community in Washington met early this week for the Arc of Washington's Legislative Notebook. Legislative Notebook is a chance for advocates to talk about what they are going to advocate for in the upcoming legislative session. More information about the Legislative Notebook and the policies being advocated for can be found in the link below. Advocates from Disability Rights Washington and the American Civil Liberties Union of Washington are hoping to get a bill to end solitary confinement passed this session. The bill, House Bill 1312, bans solitary confinement. Advocates of this bill say solitary confinement is abusive and traumatizing, and that it especially hurts people with disabilities. You can learn more about the issue by watching a video rooted in rights made on it. The video is linked below. Thank you so much for watching Legislative Updates, and keep advocating.